Good, happy Monday evening is Monday, November 10th, 2025. I'm Riley King, and welcome to this Monday evening edition of WRMK News 12. Let's get started with this Monday evening edition of WRMK News right now. First up, end of the longest U.S. government shutdown nears a resolution. The longest government shutdown in U.S. history, appears to be drawing to a close as senators unexpectedly moved forward on funding agreement over the weekend following 40 days of minimal progress. New Hampshire delegation split with Senate funding deal as House prepares to vote. As the Senate's government funding agreement moves to the House for consideration, WRMK News 12 sought reaction from New Hampshire's congressional delegation. Both Democrat Chris Pappas and Maggie Goodlander declined on camera interviews, but issued strong statements opposing the proposal. Pappas released a public statement Monday morning urging that Senate plan fails to protect families from rising health insurance costs. The deal reached in the Senate on government funding fails to prevent a massive increase in health insurance costs for families and small businesses, and for that reason, I cannot support it, Pappas said. I'll keep fighting to get legislation to the House floor that will extend premium tax credits, but just hoping Speaker Johnson will do the right thing isn't good enough for New Hampshire. Goodlander later joined Pappas in signaling she would vote against the Senate agreement, citing the worsening health care crisis. The pain that a government shutdown inflicts on hard-working Americans is real, and that's why I'm leading bipartisan legislation to prevent government shutdowns and make sure we never reach this point again, Goodlander said in a written statement. She sharply criticized the administration's handling of health care costs, calling the current situation unsustainable. From day one on this job, I have been clear that my mission and focus is lowering the sky high cost of living for people across New Hampshire. The president's so called Big Beautiful Bill has thrown our state and our country into a full blown healthcare crisis by jacking up healthcare costs that are crushing Granite State families, farmers, and small businesses, and driving critical access hospitals and community healthcare providers out of business. Goodlander went on to argue that relying on President and Speaker Johnson to bring a corrective measure to the floor is insignificant. The Senate's proposal exist on a hope that the President and Speaker Johnson will allow a vote to address this health care emergency and end the shutdown. But hope is not a strategy or an accountable plan. She concluded by reaffirming her attention to purpose alternative solution. That's why I cannot accept this proposal and why I will not stop working to reach a durable bipartisan solution that protects the health care of millions of Americans, drives down cost, keep the government open, and put New Hampshire families first. The House is expected to take The measure later this week, setting up a potential contentious vote as the shutdown deadline approaches. New Hampshire GOP leaders urge swift end to federal shutdown. Following news of a Senate agreement that could bring an end to the ongoing federal government shutdown, Republican leaders in New Hampshire are pressuring for immediate action to reopen federal operation. Governor Kelly Ayotte expressed disbelief that the shutdown has stretched to 40 days, telling WRMK News 12 that the federal settlement is jeopardizing vulnerable residents who rely on government support, including those receiving SNAP benefits and individuals with disabilities. Ayotte emphasized that her top priority is ensuring Granite Staters have access to essential resources, particularly food assistance. Over the weekend, SNAP accounts for New Hampshire residents were fully funded, despite threats from the Trump administration to reverse the November altercations. Ayotte called the development a relief, but said it underscores the urgent need for a broader solution. She urged lawmakers in Washington to move swiftly toward a final agreement. I just think this shutdown has to end. We need to make sure that the government gets open. I've been calling for that for weeks because people in New Hampshire need the clarity, and we've got to get this done. So Congress has to get its act together and open up the government, Ayotte said. Looking ahead, Ayotte said she hopes to avoid a repeat of this situation and plans to maintain focus on securing necessary resources for those who depend on government programs. New Hampshire restaurants offer free meals to veterans and service members tomorrow on Veterans Day. Veterans and active duty military personnel across New Hampshire will be treated to complimentary meals and special promotions on Tuesday as restaurants honor their services on Veterans Day. The day begins early at Denny's, where participating locations will serve a free original Grand Slam breakfast from 5 a.m. to noon. Starbucks is also joining in, offering a free tall coffee to service members and their spouses. Several national chains are extending gratitude with signature breakfast specials. Cracker Barrel is offering its sunrise pancake special, while IHOP is providing its red, white, and blue berry pancake combo at no cost to veterans and active duty personnel. Lunch and dinner deals are also plentiful. At 99 restaurants, veterans can receive a free lunch entree with the purchase of another adult entree, along with a $5 gift card for a future visit. Applebee's is offering a free meal from a select menu. Baku's Burrito is giving away a free taco trio, and Buffalo Wild Wings is offering 10 free boneless wings and fries. Chili's and Texas Roadhouse are also participating, each offering free meals for designated menus. Starting at 4 p.m., Golden Corral will host its annual Military Appreciation Night with the complimentary dinner, while Red Robin will serve its Red Big Tavern Burger free of charge. Most promotions are dine-in only and all require a valid military ID or proof of service at the participating locations. WRMK News 12 extends its gratitude to all veterans and active duty service members for their service and wishes them a meaningful Veterans Day tomorrow. Boston Bruins spread holiday cheer with toy shopping spree for hospitalized children. The Boston Bruins are stepping off the ice and into holiday spirit, launching a toy shopping effort to brighten the season for children spending the holidays in hospitals. Armed with wish lists and shopping carts, players fanned out through the stores selecting gifts for young patients who will be unable to celebrate Christmas at home this year. The effort is supported by more than 20,000 in donation from the Boston Bruins Foundation and the players themselves. Pretty special to be able to be in the shoes that they're in and be able to give back and try to make a couple kids' mornings on Christmas Day, defensive man Mason L'Oreal said as he browsed the aisles. The players eagerly picked out a range of toys from board games to dolls, hoping to spark joy for kids facing difficult circumstances. Ooh, I got a couple board games Connect Four, a lot of priceless princess stuff, some dolls. I'm a big Avengers guy, so I got a couple of things from that, said defensive Andrew Peak, listing his selection with enthusiasm. For many players, the experience is a nostalgic as it is meaningful. I think it's great to be able to do this and give back. And I think a lot of these toys bring back a lot of memories for myself, which is really cool. You see a lot of smiles on days like this, defenseman Jordan Harris said. The Bruins will deliver the gifts on Christmas Day, aiming to provide a comfort and holiday cheer to young patients across the region. And that does it for this Monday evening edition of WRMK News 12. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Have a great rest of your Monday evening, and see you back here tomorrow for more news coverage. Bye.